What's good? What's popping? What's going on? What's going on? What's the deal? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? All right. What's popping with you guys? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Hold on. Let me lower that. All right. Make sure you guys like the video as soon as you come in. Like that video, people. Make sure that shit pops off. Man. Keith Brady said if it wasn't for COVID-19, you wouldn't be getting all these daily live streams. Nah, it's because of y'all donating. That's why you're getting all these live streams, truthfully. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if y'all donate, you keep the donations coming so that I can do more of the shit. Because I rent out the space to do the shit and then we get it popping. So what's good with all you people out there? So today's show, I was going to talk about how women will basically, they're going to destroy you if you're weak. You've heard what I'm saying? They're going to destroy you if you're weak. It's real simple. Right now, what gave me the idea to do this show is because a few days ago, I did a live stream with Steve Dedeen and Miles, and I think Kay Zaga was on it at that point also. And what was interesting was somebody wrote a comment. Let me see if I can find the comment. Hold on. I think I can find the comment right now. Hold on. Let me pause this real quick, or let me put this thing down so I can find this comment. Right. So somebody wrote a comment. And if y'all remember, me and Steve Dedeen did a video. I think this was 2 days ago. Right. And Miles came on and Kay Zaga came on. And so there was a caller who called in and he was asking about hollering at some chick in a grocery store or whatever, or something like that. And so he was asking me, how should he go about it or whatever like that. And then so Steve, the dean, answered him first. And y'all know how Steve get. You know what I'm saying? So Steve, he was just coming at him with that aggression. And then so he felt some type of way about that, right? So I had somebody named Mark J. Shout out to Mark J. Right. And if you're watching, I'm not dissing you. I'm just using your comments as an example of what I'm talking about and what I want you guys to understand when it comes to me talking about, weakness and women seeing you as weak and how that's going to, impact your interactions with women. So this guy, Mark J., he wrote a comment. He said, big shout out to the first caller. He wasn't having it. He wasn't the first person to ever stand up for himself when Steve and Miles came at him crazy. He was like, I can't hear you, Locario. What are you saying? LOL. That was player how he handled it. I would have did the same thing, LOL, because it's not really what you say all the time when you're giving someone advice. It's how you tell somebody something. And Steve be coming off mad disrespectful. Right, this is what he says. He says he comes off mad disrespectful, knowing he wouldn't pop off like that in public. And truthfully, Locario, you should be telling Steve and Miles, like, hey, don't be disrespecting don't be disrespectful to my callers instead of laughing at that shit. He said that makes him look mad beta, like he's scared to check his boys on that. Right. So, so I responded to this dude and I said, the caller was being disrespectful to the game. He called in for advice. And when the advice was given, he got all in his feelings. That's why I was laughing. If you're saying you would do the same thing, you need to check yourself, bro. So I tell him that. So we go back and forth a little bit. And basically what I was saying to him at the end of our conversation was that if you can't take, for example, the energy coming from a Steve Dedeen, or the energy coming from Miles, or the energy coming from Kay Zaga, or the energy coming from me, or any of us trying to give you advice, if you can't take that energy, right, women will destroy you. You understand? Because women are going to be much, much worse. You understand? So the thing is that when you're hearing advice, right? You're supposed to take the advice and not let your emotions get to you when you're getting the advice. You understand? Because see, this is the thing. Because I think what happened in the video, if I'm not mistaken, because he said that I think the when the caller called up, because I can't remember exactly the specifics, but he said that the caller called up and then Steve was like, "Look, you're acting like a bitch." You understand what I'm saying? And that's the thing, because if you acting like a bitch, what's wrong with somebody telling you acting like a bitch? Seriously. What up, AT? What's popping, bro? Oh, Johnny was good. So if you acting like a bitch, what's wrong with somebody telling you acting like a bitch? Because you may be acting like a bitch. You see what I'm saying? And so when you take the shit all, when you get all in your feelings about the shit, then you miss out on the actual game. Because what happened was he was trying to ignore what Steve and Miles was saying, because he was like, "Oh, I don't like how they coming at me," but they was giving him the game, right? And I was pointing out, I'm like, "Listen, you're missing the game being said because you're in your feelings." You see what I mean? Dominic, you said, "Lakar, this is one of the things I disagree with, because at the end of the day, you don't talk to us like that. Only those guys do. Steve is hilarious, but truthfully, he doesn't have to be, I guess you're going to say disrespectful." But see, and this is the thing you guys got to understand. I don't talk like that most of the time because that's just not my personality. Right? So you guys have been watching Steve for how long and you don't realize that's his personality? You've been watching Miles for how long? You don't understand that's his personality? You understand what I'm saying? And this is what I'm trying to get you to understand. When you're approaching a girl, you can't tell a girl, hey, miss, could you not act like that towards me because it's making me angry? Miss, can you not say that to me or respond to me this way because, it's making me uncomfortable. I know I approached you. I wanted to talk to you, but now you're looking at me funny. You can't control how other people are going to act and how other people are going to be. Right? Now, the thing is that, if you don't want to, watch certain things, you know what I'm saying? You're entitled to doing that. Right? But understand that the actual game is the important thing. Right? It's like if you watch those movies where dudes is in the army and the drill sergeant is yelling at them. You think you're gonna be able to imagine you in the army and you crying over the drill sergeant yelling at you? You think you're gonna be able to handle war when when you worried about how the drill sergeant's talking to you? You understand what I'm saying? That's crazy. You're not going to be able to handle war. So this is what I'm trying to tell you guys, that April, you said, please don't talk to you like that. You hurt my feelings. But this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. You guys got to understand that you got to have tough skin in this game, because if you don't, women will destroy you. Women are not going to take it easy on you. When you approach a girl, you may have a chick who you're interacting with, or even a chick that you're dating or whatever, and she may come at you a certain way. You got to know how to deal with that and handle that. You understand? See, this is why, we got a lot of, quote unquote movements on the internet. You understand what I'm saying? Got a lot of movements on the internet where, dudes is in their feelings because of what chicks did. You understand? MGTOW anybody? The black pill anybody? They don't know how to interact and respond to women, right? Because there's some weakness there that causes them to, lash out and feel like they got to, be on that other shit. K-Zag in 20 was popping, bro. You said that's the shit happened for you. Said you was in basic training for the army and dudes was crying and pissing on themselves when the drill sergeant was yelling. Yo, listen. I remember, man, when me and Miles were shooting the Game Kings, right? And we met Rosebud for the first time. Okay. This is my first time meeting Rosebud. Right? First time. And Rosebud looked at me and Miles and he was like, y'all niggas don't know no game. You feel what I'm saying? Rosebud was coming at us with that heat. He was fucking vetting us. He was like, y'all don't know no motherfucking game. Right? Because I think what happened was he thought we was some of these goofy dudes on the internet talking bullshit. That's what he thought at first. Right? So he's vetting us, coming at us hard, like y'all niggas don't know no game. What's, asking us a whole bunch of questions, all this stuff, grilling us. You understand what I'm saying? Right? But me and Miles, we was there interacting. You understand what I'm saying? And we wasn't sitting there like, Rosebud, could you not talk to me that way? I mean, could you not say those things? I'm feeling hurt by your words. I'm feeling hurt. You understand? See, unfortunately, we have too much so-called men in today's society who are soft. Unfortunately. You understand? So the thing is that if you don't got tough skin in this game, women will destroy your ass. What do I mean by women destroying your ass? See, it's in a woman's nature to destroy weak men. I'm going to say it again. It's in a woman's nature to destroy weak men. You understand what I'm saying? Because if a woman is dealing with you and you're weak, that means that's a threat to her survival. You understand what I'm saying? Women have to destroy you because it's almost like out of fear they destroy you. You understand what I'm saying? Like when if a woman sees, let's say like you have a woman who sees a cockroach and she's scared of cockroaches and she starts screaming and she take a fucking bat or her shoes and tries to step on it like crazy. That's how women treat weak men. They want to stomp you out. You understand what I'm saying? And this is subconscious a lot of times because you're a threat to her survival, because your weakness leaves her vulnerable. You understand what I'm saying? So if she decides to deal with you and be with you, right? If she decides to deal with you, be with you, and interact with you, and she's looking at you like, let's say you want her to be your girl and all this other stuff, right? But you can't handle, certain things. You can't handle life. You know what I'm saying? You can't handle dealing with certain situations. She's going to look at you like, well, when some real shit happens, what am I going to do? Because the guy that I'm with, he's weak. And so this is where the disrespect comes in, because there's a lot of like resentment and a lot of anger that goes with that. Because she's like, why am I wasting time with this weak ass dude when I could have got me a stronger dude? And so what happens is that there's this resentment, there's this like frustration. And again, a lot of this is subconscious. There's this anger and frustration because she's looking at you like, damn, man up, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's good with you, man? And so when we're out here, teaching you guys the game, you feel what I'm saying? When we're out here making shit happen, we're doing this to toughen y'all up. This is why we talk about, listen, don't be on some bullshit, worrying about, choosing signals all the time. And no, go out there and fucking take your lumps. Exactly, Tony Lee. And dudes mix up tough love with being mean and shit. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, but see, dudes have gotten so soft that, they're worried about, how shit is being said, right? Instead of taking the information. See, that's what women do generally. Women generally are worried about how you say things and how you make them feel with what you're saying. Because women, they're feeling shit on an emotional level that's a whole nother thing. This is why sometimes even if a chick is interested in you, she might not necessarily deal with you because her fear of you playing her is stronger than her desire, because she's thinking, damn, well, if I get with this guy and I think I might really fall for this dude. And if he fucking disses me, she's like, I can't take that. I don't know how I can't fucking deal. So you know what she does? She says, you know what? I'm not fucking with this dude in the first place. I'm just not. You see what I'm saying? And so understand that women are the ones generally who are, they're the ones generally who are worried about all that feeling shit. Black Radio, you said, hey, where I'm from, you call a man a bitch, you better be ready to go. I feel what you're saying, Miss L, but it's different levels to this shit. It's not about being soft. It's about respecting another man. Well, this is the thing. If you're doing bitch shit, right? And somebody calls you out on it and they say, yo, why you acting like a bitch though? Right? Why you bitching? Why you doing? You understand what I'm saying? And then you respond emotionally, right? You're just confirming what they just said. See, it's one thing if a dude just randomly comes out his mouth about nothing, like you was just chilling, minding their business, right? And the dude said, yo, you a bitch, right? I get it. You're like, fuck you talking about, right? You might have a certain type of energy towards that. But if you're doing something, Black Raid, I'm gonna take calls in a minute. If you're doing something and the shit that you're doing is bitch-like, and somebody's like, yo, man, come on, you acting like a bitch, right? It's not saying that you're gonna be like happy to hear that, but sometimes you need to hear that. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you need to hear that. And see, what a mature dude will do is that he'll say, okay, well, what makes you think I'm acting like a bitch? Right? What makes you think I'm acting like a bitch? Let's talk about it. You see what I'm saying? Because look, if you're calling into someone's show, asking them for advice, and then you tell them what you did, and then they say, listen, man, you kind of act like a bitch with the shit you just told me, that's some bitch behavior. You understand? You have to be able to, you have to be able to like take in that information for what the information is, so that can help you. See, dudes be all up in their ego. They're real sensitive and shit. Because the thing is, you see, you're not supposed to necessarily be, that easily swayed by anybody or anything. As a man, you're supposed to be unmovable. So if I can say to you, you acting like a bitch, and you start wilding, oh, you understand? That means that I got power over you. That means I know how to trigger you. You understand what I'm saying? I know how to get at you. You see what I mean? And as a man, you should never let another man, woman, anybody be able to get at you like that. See, let me give y'all some game, man. Let me give y'all some fucking game. Right? It's the thing right here. If a person knows that all they got to do is A, B, and C, and you're going to react a certain way, then they know they can control you. But if a person is throwing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, the whole damn alphabet at you, and that does nothing for you. You understand? They don't know how to actually get at you. Then it confuses them. Because they're like, yo, how do I get at this motherfucker? Right? He's not moved by my words and the shit that I'm saying. Exactly. You quote, you said, so when a white person calls you the N-word, don't react. You know, most won't do that. And that's what I'm saying. That's acting emotional at that moment. See, it's not to say that you don't necessarily have to respond, right? But there's a time and place for everything. You understand what I'm saying? There's a time and place for everything. So let's say I knew some white person who was calling me nigga and all this other shit, right? Now, the emotional thing to do would be to be like, yo, fuck you, blah, 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 and try to punch him in the face and fight and all that other dumb shit, right? But now, a better course of action would be is I'll just fuck his daughter. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going to fuck his daughter. And I'm going to fuck her real good. It's, you understand what I'm saying? See, y'all got to understand, like, you can't be letting people know your moves and all that other shit based off of them coming at you a certain way. Because as soon as they know they can do that, they got you, but you're done. You feel what I'm saying? You're done. So I don't gotta say nothing to the dude. I'll just smash his daughter. We good. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Like all that extra shit about getting rah and going all over the place and being on some bullshit. That's corny. That's you showing your hand. That's you being swayed by, you know, you're fucking letting other people just, you understand what I'm saying? Get at you. Crazy, man. But we had a caller number 646-481-3901. You guys want to call up? 646-481-3901 is the call-in number. Man. So yeah, that's what it is. Let me make sure, is this shit even working? Let me make sure this shit working. So I end up having y'all calling up and then ain't nothing going on. Okay, we good. We working. All right. Yo. What up? What is?
It's Corey, man. Corey Green in the chat, man. I had a question for you, man.
All right, what's good?
Quick question. So I had a female that I just smashed or whatever, right?
Mm.
And I basically, she said something to me that was pretty disrespectful. She told me to eat a dick or whatever. And I checked on it. And I was like, listen, you know, don't ever disrespect me like that. Don't come here like, you know what I'm saying? Don't
right.
Like that. That's
right.
You know what I'm saying? And I basically asked her, I was like, you know, what about me made you think that was okay to say?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? To get disrespectful. Now, do you think me even going that far, with me being was that an emotional response of me telling her? Or, like, for example, like you said, getting emotional. All right, but what's the difference between getting emotional and setting out a boundary with a female?
Mm. Well, the thing is, it depends on how you do it. Because if you're like, you know, if she says some shit to you and you start, you know, yelling and screaming at her, you understand, that's being emotional. But if you just say to her, hey, listen, that shit you just said, that's not cool. And, you know, if I hear that again, I'm out of here. That's it.
Okay. Yeah.
You feel me?
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I basically let her know, like, that's just it's just not necessary. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess, and this is all over text, though. Like, this wasn't in person. That's why I'm asking you, because obviously you can handle it a whole lot differently in person. But
right.
I wasn't with her in her. So this is all over text.
Mm.
So I was like, maybe because it's not in person, maybe I should play it different and not even respond. Wait till she hits me up, or would it be better for me to just go ahead and put that boundary out now?
Right. Yeah, you definitely got to put that shit out now. Like as soon as that shit happens, you gotta check it. As soon as you don't want to wait after the time and all that. You want to, even if it's through text, you got to text her like, listen, that ain't cool. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good. I appreciate that, man. One more thing, and I noticed with a lot of females that when you check them a lot of the time, I'm 26, so I'm usually dealing with women that are under the age of 30.
Right.
A lot of the time when you check these females, and it's respectful, even in a respectful way,
right?
They don't really like you. You know what I'm saying? They get butthurt and things like that. So would you think I should just charge it to the game, or
You saying that if the chick get butthurt, should you charge to the game?
Yeah, well, like a lot of the time with younger females, they're not used to telling them, listen, you can't really talk to me like this. You can't do this. You know what I'm saying? You can't interact with me like this.
Right.
So they act out in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a dude that they perceive as young and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So I guess my question is, like, if a female is not responding adequately in terms of being apologetic, and I deem her to be the way I want her to be, you just quickly charge it to the game and move on, or do you kind of break it down to her? You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, listen, this is why you can't speak to me like this.
Right. Well, the thing is, yeah, you charge to the game if she's not being if she's not being respectful as far as the charging, the check-in that you're giving her. You understand? Like if you check in the chick and she's not adhering to that, meaning she's like, if she's on some, oh, well, you can't tell me what to do and whatever and all that other shit, then you got to charge to the game. But if she's like, oh, I'm sorry, my bad, I won't do it again, shit like that, then you could keep seeing her. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. All right, man. I don't know if it's time. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna shoot you some bread, man.
All right, bro. Appreciate it, bro. I am a holler. All right. Let me see if I can put the speaker on, but the speaker be acting funny sometimes. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get the speaker on at some point. Hold on. All right. Yo, what's poppin'? Who this?
Yo, Mr. McCall, what's good, man?
What's going on?
Chilling. He's straight from Florida.
All right, what's good?
So, not much. Yo, man, I got a quick question for her, right? This might be like off topic and all that.
Right.
Like about a year ago, right? My ex, we have 2 kids together, so I cheated on her. She found out. It was like a big mess. She ended up calling the cops on me. Like, I went to jail. And then we had a car together. Put the cars in the her. She took the car. She took all my furniture. I had to start all over again. Right?
Right.
So now we're doing co-parenting. But she has her own son. Previous relationship.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the father of that kid, he had passed away. So the kid is like 8 years old. I have been in the kid's life for the past 8 years since he was like 1 year old.
Right.
You know what I mean? So lately, she's been like trying to go over it with me. Like she's been like message, why you so fine? Whenever I was looking for my kids, she asked me if I want to smoke weed. I was like, nah, I'm sure I just keep the business straight about my kids. You know what I mean? So now, like with her son, she like want me because the kid look at me as a father figure. You know what I mean? So
right.
Now, and then she has a boyfriend. So now, whenever I look for my daughters, I tell her, yo, your son cannot come over. I mean, I'm just here to pick up my daughter and all that shit.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, why would you do? Like, would you still be there in the kid's life, or would you just keep it straight about your kids? But the thing about it, I wouldn't mind, but the way that we broke up, she fucked me over, man. Like, I had to go to jail. She took my car, my furniture, and then she was on child support, so I had to start all over again. So now I'm like, yo, why do we need to fucking be a father figure to your son? I mean, like, what the fuck?
So you're saying, should you should you be like still cool with her son?
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to be?
I mean, I don't even want to, but the thing about it, like, I mean, I understand, like, the kid calls me father because the fact that I have 2 kids with the mom, so whenever I go pick up my daughter, he'd up there home by himself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like kind of fucked up for him, but I'm like, yo, I don't fucking care no more because the mom fucked me over now. Man, she took me to jail. Man, she took my car. She took my apartment, my furniture.
Mm.
She had her fucking men take me to my fucking apartment. Nah, man, it was a big mess. I don't think I cheated on her, but the fact that the way like we kind of broke up, it was a big mess. So it was a big mess. You know what I mean?
Right.
So now I'm like, she's like trying to like use me as a witness, not me, or trying to like take advantage of me, or but she has a boyfriend. I'm like, yo, not that she wants to boyfriend to be a father figure to her son. But I'm trying to figure it out. Like, should I just like keep it? I want it just to be about my kids, but I'm like, yo, like, I don't know, man. Like, do you think I should just be shit about my kids, or do you think I should be here for the stuff also? I really don't want to. I mean, but what do you think?
Well, the thing you just answered on question, you don't want to. So why are you doing it? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's real simple. Like, don't look. If that's not your kid, right? And you don't feel like dealing with them, you don't feel like messing with the kid or whatever, then just keep it pushing. You feel what I'm saying? And on top of that, you were saying that this chick, she was on some bullshit with you in the first place, right?
Yeah, she was. Like, she put me through a lot of shit, dog. She got me arrested, had me lose my job. You know how the females are, man. Like, you find out you cheated on them. She was crazy on my ass.
Bro, so
cool.
Bruh, so you got to just keep that shit pushing though. There's nothing there for you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to deal with the kid and you don't like the chick. So what you doing there for? Just keep it moving. All right, bro. I'm holla. All right, peace. So I'm trying to connect my speakers, but this shit acting funny, man. I'm like, fuck, what the hell? But the call-in number 646-481-3901. I'm gonna keep trying to get these speakers to work. Yo, what's poppin'? Who this? What up? What's going on with you, man? I'm good. What you up to?
First one, like when I'm out getting numbers, right, and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And after I got the number, I text them like, yo, you know what I mean, this is my name, lock me in.
Mm-hmm.
If a chick, like, if she doesn't respond to that, is that an issue of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Low interest? Or is she supposed to be like, okay, I'm gonna lock you in type shit?
So you're saying if you give a girl your number and you say it again?
It's like, say you in the supermarket, right?
Right.
And you get a chick number, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you leave out, you know what I'm saying? And then you just text her to like lock your number in your phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't respond back to that.
Mm-hmm. But how do you know she done lock your number in the phone? She don't do it right in front of your face?
No. You so basically you in there, right? You get her number, you just like you leave out, get your car and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like once you probably get to the crib, you be like, yo, this is Lucario saying lock my number in.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. And she doesn't respond to that. What would that mean?
I mean, it don't necessarily mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because she could have just saw the text and been like, all right, cool. So she locked the number in, but you don't necessarily know if she did or didn't. You see what I'm saying? You looking too deep into it. See, the thing is this: unless you're directly, asking a chick to do something. You feel what I'm saying? Unless you're directly asking her, hey, no, if you're directly asking her something, like you would have to directly ask her, hey, do you want to meet up tomorrow? Are you free tomorrow? Right? Then if she doesn't respond to that, then she's not responding to something. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, so you can kind of double text it in a way, right?
Well, it's not necessarily double texting, but understand that if you're not giving her anything to respond to, you can't necessarily see the interest. You understand? Because you're not giving her anything to respond to. So if I text a girl and I say, "Hey, what's up, this Lucario, say my number," right? I didn't ask her a question. Right. I didn't say anything for her to respond to me. But if I say, "Hey, this Lucario, what you doing tomorrow? Let's go get a drink," right? Are you free? And then if she doesn't respond, then I'm like, all right, there isn't really no interest because she's not responding. You see what I'm saying? You always have to give the chick something to respond to in order to see if she's actually trying to respond to you. Sometimes you're going to have women who are going to respond just because, but some women are not going to respond because you didn't give them something to respond to. You understand?
Oh, okay. That makes okay. That kind of sort of makes sense. I'm thinking like you should have like expected like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I kind of like you, and I'm gonna save your number. And so she's confirming that, rather than her just be like, okay, fuck it, I'm not gonna text about it. Like I'm locking his number in.
Right.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So you can't necessarily gauge interest based off that. It would need to be you actually having her respond to something. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. And another thing. Like with Tinder, like I see that it's a lot of chicks they spell out here on that attention or time wasting shit.
Right.
Not sure. If like, do you think women look more at the bio, or do you think it's more of the pictures? What would you percentage wise?
Yeah, they look at the pictures first, right? And then sometimes they'll look at the bio, or usually look at the bio after y'all communicated. You understand what I'm saying? So like, let's say if you match with a chick, you understand, and then she'll look at your pictures again, and then look at your bio if you send her a message or whatever. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Because I'm trying to figure out like what the hell would be like a good opener, for example. If you match with a chick on Tinder, if she was bad and not fat.
You said if she was bad. This nigga. Yo.
Some people like the Humpty Dumpty. My bad, man.
That's funny. Are you on the Bad Boy membership?
Not yet.
I got 2 programs on there about online dating that I go deep into it. But basically, I'll just give you a tip right now, is that when you match with a chick, your message should always be about getting together. Your first message. First message should
be a good example.
So, for example, let's say you match with a chick, you would say some shit like, you say some shit like, "Hey, what's up? Are you free Friday night to get together and get a drink?"
Oh, just like that?
Just like that. Yes, just like that. Now, the reason why you do that, is because what happens is, and now this isn't like a hard fast rule. I'm just telling you the best practices that's going to get you to get chicks to see you faster. The reason why you do that is because you wanted to see if this woman is actually interested in meeting up with you. Because if you text her and you're just like, "Hi," or "Hey," or "What's going on," or "What's up," or "What you doing right now," all this other extra shit, that's just leading to more back and forth nonsense. So what you want her to respond to, right? Again, remember, you got to give her something to respond to. What you want her to respond to is your question about y'all getting together on Friday night for drinks. You understand what I'm saying? And so what'll happen is this is what, and I guarantee you this is going to happen. You're either going to get a girl who's going to respond straight away to that. So she's going to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm free Friday," or "Yeah, that sounds good," or whatever. Right. And then all you do is set it up right there. Then you're going to have women who's going to respond to you and say, "Oh, you're really forward," or "You're so forward," and whatever, right? You're going to have chicks that's going to say that. And then you're going to have chicks. These are the worst chicks. I usually just ignore these chicks. These are the chicks that are going to say to you, they're going to respond and say, "Hi," or "Is that how you speak to a woman?" Or they're going to say some shit like, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, "Oh, you're moving so fast," or whatever, some stupid shit like that. I don't even fucking deal with those chicks. I just keep it moving. And the reason why I'm saying that the first message you send is a message about y'all getting together is because you want to weed out the attention whores. You understand what I'm saying? You want to weed out the time wasters. You see what I'm saying?
So wait. I think something was breaking up or something. So the response you want is like, okay, let's do it.
Yes. You want the response to be about y'all getting together. That's all you're looking for. You're not looking for her to ask you no other dumb shit. You're not looking for her to say, hey, let's get together. Let's talk on here more. You're not looking for any of that bullshit. You're looking for her to comply with the shit you said. You understand what I'm saying? You're looking for her to basically say, oh, I'm free Friday. Or she could be like, oh, I'm not free Friday, but I'll be free Saturday. Cool. Saturday, let me see Saturday. Saturday works. Meet me at this spot at this time. She's going to be like, all right, cool. Here's my number. Text me information. Boom. I'll see you Saturday. That's it. That's it. You understand? When you think about it this way, every time when you're online talking to a chick, right? Think about it in the sense that you're placing an order. Just like if you go to McDonald's, you walk up to the cash register, let me get a number 2, supersize with a Coke. You understand what I'm saying? And that's it. Like you're placing the order. You ain't there to fucking converse and listen, this for all you guys out there. Do not try to get to know a woman on an online dating site. Your only plan on an online dating site is to set up a date and get her off the site. That's it. You understand what I'm saying? And you can even get her number and then, let's say if you don't want to go on a date necessarily, you just want to come to your crib. What you would do is the first thing you would do is say, hey, listen, I'm not really, I don't really like talking much on here, but here's my number. Let me know when you're free so we could text let me know when you're free so we could talk or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So you could FaceTime her. You see what I mean? And then you FaceTime her and then that's how you get her to come to the crib. But the thing is, you want to get to the point. That's the point. Get to the point. None of this bullshit. None of this like extra going back and forth, talking to her for a week and all this other nonsense. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So basically, right, if she'd be like, oh, you're so direct, could that be good and bad?
No, that's good. You'd be like, yeah, I am. You'd be like, yes, I am. So anyway, Friday. You good? You good Friday? Okay, cool. You go straight back into it. That's it. That's what I'm saying. Like, you want to weed out the women who are the bullshitters, because this is the thing. What happens is this. The women who are going to say shit like, let's get to know each other more, let's talk on here more, and they ask you a whole bunch of questions, they're going all off topic and all this other stupid shit. Those are women who have medium interest in you. You understand what I'm saying? Or even low interest in you. You want to search for the ones who have the high interest. Women who have the high interest always are going to comply. You understand what I'm saying? They're always going to comply. And this is why I tell guys, you got to make sure that your pictures and your bio is on point. Because one, you want your pictures on point because of course that's going to make you get more matches. But two, you want your bio to be on point so that she doesn't have to ask you any questions. And that's a huge thing. So for example, one of the things that dudes need to start doing more in their bio, and I'm giving too much game away. One of the things you want to do on your bio is make sure you put your height in your bio. If you're tall, you understand what I'm saying? Like if you're,
wait, Macario, why does that matter?
Why does what matter that you put your height in there?
Yeah.
Because if you don't put your height in there, guess what they're going to do? They're going to ask you, how tall are you? And then that's more talking you got to do on the damn site. You understand what I'm saying? You want to, you see what I mean? You want to eliminate everything she needs to say about you. You see what I'm saying? So for example, let me show you guys, I'm going to show you guys my Tinder. Hold on. Let me show you guys my Tinder real quick. Let me show you guys my Tinder.
Oh, you giving this game, brother. I appreciate it.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the Tinder so you guys see what I'm talking about. Let me go to my fucking page real quick. All right. So that's what's up. That's what's up. So this is my profile. Don't look at the fucking my phone is dirty as shit. This is my profile. This is the pictures. Now I'm gonna go where my shit is in my bio. Right now, I added that thing at the top that says looking to match with women in New York City only because Tinder been on some bullshit matching niggas with niggas in fucking Alaska and shit. Right. So now below that, I would just put author, public speaker, entrepreneur. I says I'm in a non-monogamous. Hold on. I'm in a non-monogamous and in an open relationship, but don't let that fear stop you from having the best experience you'll ever have. Monogamy isn't the only way to connect with someone. I dare you to swipe right. I promise you'll fall in love with me. 5'11". You see what I'm saying? So now they know everything they need to know about me. You understand? They know what I do. They know what I'm about. They know how tall I am. And then with what I'm saying, right, they sort of could tell sort of like my personality in a sense in that thing. You see what I mean? So now what happens is that there's less questions they need to ask. Now, this doesn't eliminate women trying to ask me questions because sometimes they do. But usually it's enough for them to know so that when I say to them, yo, listen, let's meet up, she already knows enough to where we don't have to have extra conversations. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times the reason why you'll have the extra conversation is, one, because she's not that interested in you, but two, also, sometimes she needs to know information that makes her like she might think you're attractive, or she might, think you're interesting, but then she might, let's say for example, she's not attracted to dudes who are below 5'9". You feel what I'm saying? So she might think everything is awesome on your profile, right? but if you're, she's gonna ask you what's your height. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you're 5'10" and you put 5'10" on your shit or 5'11" or whatever your height is, right? What's gonna go down is that she don't have to take that extra step to ask you anything. You see what I'm saying? And so, and guys, don't copy my fucking profile because I know how dudes be getting. Nah. They're gonna copy my shit, but that's the thing. I would say this: if you're a shorter dude, though, like let's say if you're a shorter dude, what you don't necessarily need to put your height out there because that's going to make it a little harder for you. Now, if you don't give a fuck, then whatever. You understand? You're going to have to campaign a little harder. But the thing is that if you're at least 5'9", 5'8", 5'9" or above, then put your height on there so that you can circumvent having for her to have to ask you that, and then have anything else to where you would think that she would need to fucking ask. You understand what I'm saying? Or let's say a lot of times you get a lot of women asking you a certain question. You notice they're asking you a certain question, right? Put that in your profile already so that they don't have to ask you. You see what I'm saying? So that's the type of thing you got to look out for. You see what I mean?
Right. Oh yeah, because I'm 6 foot, so hopefully that should help.
Right. Yeah. Just put it on your put that shit on your joint so that they already see it. They know it. They're like, all right, cool. Because that's going to make it easier for them to comply with you. You see what I'm saying?
And then I should also put I'm single too, right? Something like, because if I'm single.
I mean, you don't necessarily need to. I just put I'm non-monogamous because the if you are single, you don't need to put it because that's the assumption. I put I'm non-monogamous because I don't want them to assume I'm single. You see what I'm saying? Or assume that I'm just some single monogamous dude. You see what I'm saying?
So they can try to test you. But another thing, before you go, one more. I'm gonna see a donation. Don't worry.
No, you good.
The thing is, like, you'll see chicks, right? You'll see their bio, right? And they'll be like, "Oh, send me your best pickup line." Like, what's that about? Don't
listen. Let me tell you. Yo. Women are so goofy. One thing you gotta understand is that women will say a bunch of shit, right? And it's good to look at some of their, like, if you match with someone, look over their profile, see what they talking about, whatever. But generally, when a woman is saying stuff like that, don't take it seriously, and don't ever fucking respond to her with something she's saying. So if a chick says, give me your best pickup line, don't give her no pickup line. You understand? If a chick says in her bio, oh, tell me, message me your favorite food, don't message her your favorite food. Like, don't ever do anything the chick is telling you to do. You understand what I'm saying? Don't ever, as soon as you do that, you lost. It's over. You understand what I'm saying? So if a chick is like, don't message me unless you say A, B, and C, right? Message her and say D, E, and F. You understand what I'm saying? Totally do the opposite of what the fuck she talking about if need be, but don't ever do what the woman says ever. You understand what I'm saying? Because what happens is that when you do that, you're complying to you're complying to her requests. As soon as she sees that you comply to her requests, you're a beta male in her eyes already. You're done. You see what I'm saying? It's over. So, and this is why even when a girl says, let's say for example, you're gonna be on there, a chick is gonna say, hey, can we talk on here more? Right? If a chick says, hey, can we talk on here more? Don't ever talk on there more. If what you could do is this, she says, hey, can we talk on here more? Like you say, hey, let's go out for a drink Friday. She says, oh, but can we talk on here more and get to know each other? Be like, listen, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna give you my number, and I want you to call me, tonight at 6, and we'll talk. Right? So you're not complying with what she's saying, because what she's saying is let's talk on the app more. And then you're saying basically, no, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you my number, and then I want you to call me at 6. So you're giving her the instructions. So you don't ever follow her instructions. You always give her the instructions. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Don't ever follow what a chick is saying to do. And this comes with practice sometimes too, because sometimes you just slip up and don't even realize it. You have to always make sure that you're the one in the position that you're directing this shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, that's to never take her lead. Like
exactly
the way you go.
Exactly.
Right. You always control the wheel. And she's in the passenger seat.
Exactly. Facts. That's what it is.
That wow. And nothing. I want to just shout out to you, Ricardo. I appreciate you because you always take impose, man. Like nobody can never push you out your comfort zone, man. That's real good. Like you may talk to these guys and they never get you upset, man.
It's practice. Practice. That's all it is. Practice and awareness. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got to do it. You know what I mean?
Yo, I appreciate the game. I'm gonna see you a donation, brother.
All right, bro. Appreciate it. I'm holla. Peace.
All right, brother.
All right. All right. All right, so we got the speaker up a little bit, so we should be good. Yo, what's poppin'? Who this?
All right.
Yo.
All right, so we got up a little bit.
Bro, why?
Yo, it's Lee.
Oh man, you gonna see? I cut you off, bro. You gotta come quicker than that. Yo, what's going on? Who this?
Hey, what's up, man? It's Jeff.
Who?
Jeff.
Jeff, what's going on, Jeff?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm chilling. What's good with you?
I'm doing good, man. I just wanted to talk about how, sometimes when I'm around women, right? Like a lot of people, based off perception of me, they'll perceive me as someone. I had a girl walk up to me, right, and she said, I look like I never had a fight. I look pussy, because me and her was just talking, but she wasn't looking at me, but she was analyzing me and just giving me that this weird stare. And my thing is I'm asking I know the type of person who I am. I know what I'm capable of, right? I've accomplished a lot of stuff because I'm such a discreet person, right? I don't even the way I carry myself. I don't really most people don't think that I'm this. The person that I know I am. So it's how do I allow women to take me more seriously?
So you're saying that women were telling you that you look like a pussy? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because she looked at me and she said, "Hey, you ever had a fight before?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, of course I have, plenty of fights, but of course I'm gonna say no because I don't even know. I know her, but I don't know her like that."
And who is this? Who is this girl who said this?
It was just some chick that I know. It was just some chick who I just met. We were kind of meeting each other. I was just feeling.
You was on a date with her?
Nah, not necessarily a date. I was trying to it was kind of like a get together. It was a friend that hosted a get together, but she was there, and we met each other. So. We were just talking and stuff. And I just noticed a lot of people check this out. I'm not the biggest guy. I'm only walking 150 pounds. You know, I'm really not the biggest guy. Like you look at me, you probably think that like I'm not into what I'm really into. But it's you know, but. Like, how do I get people to like take me more seriously? Because I don't look like the guy who I know I am, but I know I'm the guy who I know I am.
Well, why? And so my thing is, why do you think people aren't taking you seriously? Because does this happen often where people are saying weird shit to you, or is it just happened this one time with this girl?
I mean, like I'll have a chick like tell me, like, you look like, you haven't really like been with a lot of chicks. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because of the way like how like I talk. I'm not really like because
see, the thing is, I'm trying to figure out why, like, what situations you're in where any of these women would bother to even tell you this shit. Like, this is what I'm trying to get to. Because what I'm saying is, are they really telling you this stuff, or is this just in your head? Like, what? Because it just sounds weird that chicks will randomly be telling you this type of shit.
I don't have anything like to lie about. I'm being dead honest with you.
So what happened? So what happened in the? Let me ask you a question. In when the girl said you look like you ain't been in no fight, how did that conversation go? Start me from the beginning, and how did it get there?
All right, so I was with a friend of mine, right? We were just talking about like just stuff, right? And she looked at my friend, she said, "You look pussy," and my friend started laughing.
Wait, no, what we y'all talking about?
We were just talking about like just life, like just life shit. Like I forgot what it was specifically about, but we were just talking about life. And like she looked at him and she said, "Yo, you look pussy, and you just look like you've never been in a fight before." So
basically, hold on. So basically, you was just chilling with your friend talking, and some random woman just came out of the blue and said that.
No. It wasn't a random woman. It was a woman in the get together. I mean, my friend knew her.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is she just randomly said that to you out of the blue. Just out of the blue, y'all talking, and the chick randomly turned and said, "You look pussy, and you look like you've never been into a fight." That's what she said.
Yes, but prior to that, she was just staring at me for about like a minute and a half, just looking at me, not like the look where you just looking at her.
And my question is, why do you care though? Why do you care that she said that?
It's not really about what I care. It's just I know we live in a world where we go by the saying like seeing is believing, and people are going to treat you like off of what they see. And again, I'm not a person that but what I'm saying to you is how often does that happen? This is what I'm saying, because so what, people just randomly say weird shit like that to you all every day? It doesn't happen often. I mean, it happens sometimes. Like I have someone like say some slick shit like that. It happens sometimes.
Like what? Give me another example of something slick somebody said to you just randomly.
Like someone just looked at me and just said, like, they just said some slick shit. I'm not even trying to be a troll, dude. I'm not like.
But what did they say? What was the slick shit? Give me the example. Give me the specific thing they said that was the slick shit they said to you? Because see, the reason why I'm asking this is because it sounds ridiculous. Like, why would anybody go out of their way to just say some bullshit to you? Why?
Because I mean, it just happened. I'm just telling you just what
So give me another example. I need another example. Give me another example.
Like I'll have someone. All right, so I was at the gym one time, right? I was working out, and I had this guy just staring at me, right? And then he just said in front of everyone, "Yo, you fucking ugly, my nigga." You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you see, now you trolling. Now you trolling, bro. You trolling. I gotta get him off the line. He's trolling. Yo, what's poppin'? Who this? Dudes be trolling like a motherfucker, yo, what's going on? You.
God
on, bro?
What's poppin'? What is?
Hey, man, listen, man. This is Mo calling from Maryland.
All right, what
I
up?
noticed that a lot of niggas calling, and they got a lot of like problems and shit that's going on, man. So for the most part, you know, I'm looking at you for going on 2 years now. Just, not even the Bad Boy membership, but just the episodes and the little videos on YouTube help me enough. You know what I mean? To really get my game a little bit tighter.
Right.
So, man, basically, just going off the topic though, all these weak men and all that, man. It's definitely one quality that women are automatically attached to and absolutely just a desire is fucking strength in a man. So right. Sort of opposite of that shit, you're automatically pushing that bitch off.
Right.
You know what I mean? So a lot of guys, they just gotta practice that shit. You know what I mean? Like have a strength. For example, from all the shit going on, shit is a little slow. Can't go to the bars. It's more so if you ain't had game then, you're fucked right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
So basically, I'm still out here doing my thing. You feel me? I'm still online dating, happy as fuck, and everything. So I just met up with this joint that I was talking to off online.
Right.
So seeing the body was right. You know what I mean? Body was right. Everything was good. Nice vibe. We hit it up. Probably fucked like 4 times that day, and I head back home.
Right.
You know what I mean? So. Long story short, I can tell by how she look at me that I'm already in a good position. She already looking at me as a high value alpha male. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I don't never be too needy. A lot of guys, they be too needy. Like they see the interest is high, and they're like, all right, boom, I want this girl right here. Nah, nigga, let that bitch be free. Because that's the best thing you can do is let her be free.
Right.
A lot of shit that you was saying. A lot of shit, just off my personality alone, the shit that she was saying and how I was responding, she could tell that I was a different type of guy that's not like the guys in her past. Automatically, I'm standing out right there. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, she on her live, right? She goes on live and whatever.
Right.
And a lot of dudes come in there and she's having dialogue with them. So I'm like, yo, I hop on her live. I'm like, yo, I want to see who got enough game to get at her. Like, I hop on her live and I say that. Like, and she's like, no, why you saying that? I'm like, I want to see who got enough courage to get at you. You know what I mean? Because that's basically what it is, man. You just want to have them understand that you don't need them. And by them understanding that you don't need them, they'll appreciate you being with them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right.
No, I mean, well, so the thing is, because the thing is, most guys, you know, unfortunately, most guys out here, they're so they're not secure within themselves. They're not confident. They're not, at that level to where they really understand their value. So then, therefore, a lot of shit that they do, right, is trying to get validation from a chick. You see what I mean? And then, so therefore, they end up doing a whole bunch of extra shit. You feel what I'm saying?
He's breaking up a little bit, but I get what you're saying.
That's what it is, man.
A lot of guys, they're not confident. A lot of guys is not confident, and that's the thing that you got to work on. See, this motherfucker that I was talking to, that I just came from seeing, she was calling me conceited, and it's not that I'm conceited. It's just that that's how I look at myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's how I, you feel me? That's how I communicate to her. That's how I express myself, and she can tell that I look at myself. It might come off conceited, as you say in your videos. You need to look at yourself like you the hottest motherfucker out there. You need to have that self-esteem.
Exactly.
When you got that self-esteem, it comes off in your interaction.
No, that's real talk.
You know what I mean?
That's real talk. That's real talk, man.
That's what it is, man. And I just got one more quick thing, man, because just going back to the topic. I got a homeboy, man, and this shit is so funny.
Right.
I got a homeboy, and this nigga is shy as fuck. And I think, you know how, I think God or whatever, you might not be a Christian or whatever, but I'm not either. I'm spiritual. I think the higher power puts you in a position to help other people sometimes. You know what I mean? And I think that's why I might be this guy homeboy. You know what I mean? So this nigga shy as fuck though. So I was on the phone with the shorty that I'm gonna go see. She got a homegirl with her, my bad, and we talking about getting it together and hanging out. You know what I mean? Making this shit happen.
Right.
Based off this nigga just saying whatever he said, he was able to actually see that he was shy, see that he didn't have no bitches just off of the phone, bro.
Right.
Off of the phone. That just goes to show you, like, these motherfuckers are smart. They know how to pick up on body language, tonality, and everything to tell if you're a confident guy or not.
Right. Now that's real talk.
And it was so funny because the shit she was saying, she was absolutely correct. She's very blunt. You know what I mean? She's like, that nigga sound like he ain't have no pussy. Mind you, this nigga ain't had pussy in about 7 to 8 months.
Right. No, that's what happens, man. The women could tell. They could tell when they're dealing with a guy who gets women, and when they're dealing with a guy who's not, or dealing with a guy who got trouble, and dealing with a guy who, you know what I'm saying, who knows how to navigate, you know, when it comes to women. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. But yo, bro, I appreciate the call, my brother. All right. I'm out at you, man.
Take it easy.
All right, you be safe.
That much, man.
All right, be safe, bro. All right. All right, people, to call the number 646-481-3901. Hold on. All right, yo, what's poppin'? Who this?
Yo, what up, Lucario? This ST from Jersey.
What up? What's going on?
Yeah, I just want to touch on the topic about these weak men, like how women disrespect weak men. Like the main reason a woman would do that is because she sees you as somebody that's gonna put her in danger. Because think about it, like women, like if you, let's say a woman, like you meet up with a chick online or you cold approach, whatever,
right,
and then you meet up with her. So like she's putting her trust in you to protect her. Like she's trusting you with her safety. Right. You know what I mean? So like if you're a weak guy and a dude just walks up to your girl or a girl that you're on a date with and just smacks her ass, and you just like let it go, she's gonna look at you like, wow, like am I safe with this dude? Like anything can happen to me. Like a dude could just walk up and smack my ass, kidnap me, and like this dude just like lets it go. Like that's part of a reason why women just despise weak men.
Well, the thing is, it's not even just like
that's just one though.
It's not even just like physical strength. They're looking at mental strength, and sometimes they're looking at mental strength more than actual physical strength. You see what I'm saying? Because usually what happens is that if you're mentally strong, you don't even got to get physical. You know what I'm saying? In certain situations. So that's the thing. You see what I mean? But at the end of the day, they're always going to be looking towards a dude, because women look at men in admiration when they respect the man and when they have that love and energy for that guy. So it's hard for a woman to respect the guy who comes off as weak, a guy who doesn't know what he's doing, doesn't know where he's going. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's another reason why like these women they don't respect simps, and a lot of guys get shit tested and all that, because she wants to see like, are you that guy that's gonna stand up, like in case like let's say like she needs something done, or like you just want to like, you know, like she just wants you to like basically lead her. Right. She doesn't want to lead you. Like a woman doesn't want another bitch. Like she wants a man, basically. Like.
Right. Nah, that's real talk.
Like women will shit test you to see like, are you really that guy that you say you are?
No, I feel you. But yo, man, appreciate the call, my brother. All right.
Right.
All right, man. All right, call the number 646-481-3901. All right, hold on. Yo, what's poppin'? You.
Yeah,
damn, Nez, what's up with your phone, bro?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead. You good? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How you been?
I'm chilling. What's up with you?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make a quick point about this topic. Do you not think that if you're physically weak, then you'll be mentally weak as well? Because if you're physically weak, then you can't really assert yourself or defend yourself in certain situations, and therefore that kind of leads to mental weakness as well. So if you're physically strong, if you build up your physical strength, then you'll be mentally strong as well. Because you know, what I mean,
sometimes when you see somebody who's been training for a while, who's like body's a unit, who's physically strong and it's like a martial artist, you kind of get the vibe that they're not to be messed with, and you actually show them some respect, like subconsciously. I think it's the same thing, because I mean, I'm in shape now, but back in the day, about 6-7 years ago, I used to be training heavy, you know, like calisthenics, martial arts, weightlifting, etc. But it was, I mean, I was quiet like how I am now, but I was able to defend my situations. Like one time, I remember a guy in a grocery store, he accused me of looking at his girlfriend, and it was like a crazy guy. He started threatening to kill me and shit. And he walked up to me, so you know, in that situation, I had no choice but to act. So I managed to lay down a decent beating on him.
Well, first of all, hold on. First of all, let me stop you right there. What I want to say is this, because I want to get this clear. When we say weak versus strong, strength isn't just physical strength. I think a lot of guys think when we talk about being weak, they're thinking about you know, a person being like, you know, a pussy or just like scared to fight or whatever and all this other stuff. A lot of times you fight because you're weak. That's why you're fighting. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? That's why you're exerting yourself physically, because you are weak. You feel what I mean? And so what happens is that, because you were asking, you know, if you're saying if you're physically weak, is that going to make you mentally weak? Is that what you asked?
Yeah, I think it's tied together, because you're saying you don't need to be physically strong to be mentally strong. But I mean, okay, that's kind of true, but it's not, you know.
No, usually if you're, because usually if not, that's the thing. Usually if you're mentally strong, you'll probably end up being physically strong, because you'll know the importance of physical strength. You feel what I'm saying? But what happens is that you could be physically weak, but also mentally strong, because sometimes you might be physically weak because of circumstances. So if you get sick, you'll probably be physically weak in your body. So let's say you get, you know, something happens in your body where you're physically weak, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're mentally weak because you're physically weak. You feel what I'm saying? So is not necessarily where it's always like, you know, correlated like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, not necessarily, but you know what I'm saying is, if you're mentally weak, building up your physical strength can also make you mentally strong, because you know that you have the ability to protect yourself. You're physically strong, you're fit, you're healthy. If you get into a sticky situation, somehow altercation, you know you're confident in your ability to defend yourself, is what I'm saying. But you know, around this time, actually, around that time that incident happened, a few months later, I had a girlfriend at the time. I was with somebody. This was about 7 years ago, and because I mean, even though I was physically strong, I was kind of acting a bit like beta around her. Like she used to kind of boss me around a bit, and you know, she used to get physical with me when she got angry, and I just kind of let it slide. And one day, I remember I was sitting on the couch, and I said something to her, and then she said something to me, and I clapped back at her. I said something back, and then like while I was sitting down on the couch looking at my phone, she just like gave me a slap round the face as hard as she could, and then, you know, I just snapped. Like everything went into automatic, and I grabbed her by the neck, like had my fingers clamped around her throat, and I choked her against the wall for like 30 seconds and let go, you know, till she was blue in the face. And then, you know, after that, she didn't really do anything to me. Like, it didn't get physical or anything. I regretted it, obviously. You know, I apologized. You know, I didn't really. It was disappointing that I did that. You know, I still kind of regret it this day. Right. But you know, what I'm saying is because I was acting weak in front of her before then, she kind of, as you say, thought she could get away with that type of behavior. Right. But see that's the thing though, is that acting out like that is weakness. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, where you could have, because so for example, you could have a guy who's physically strong,
but he's mentally weak. And then therefore, because he's mentally weak, he acts out through like, violence and all that other extra shit. You see what I'm saying? But if you're mentally strong, there's times where you wouldn't even have to use that physical strength, because you would know you would have you would have a different way of going about things. You understand what I'm saying? So the thing is that you use your physical strength as a last resort if you need to, but you always want it to be where you're like, well, I understand certain things, or even just have that capacity to have that intellect to know, hey, this isn't the right path to go. Maybe doing this action isn't going to be beneficial in the long run. And then so you gotta really think about your shit. You feel what I'm saying? You feel what I mean?
Yeah, keep your composure and all that. But yeah, cool, man.
All right, bro. Appreciate the call, my brother. Stop choking these sticks.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Peace.
Yeah.
Man, Nez out here doing that extra shit, man. Jesus. All right. Yo, what's going on? What up?
Yo, what up? It's with Johnny.
What's going on, bro? How you been?
Good, man.
All right.
I just want to talk about the topic of you're talking about mentally weak. How do you like approach a situation like when like men are mentally weak on like trying to check their chick or something like that, like check their girl they've been with for a minute or whatever like that?
You said how do you?
As far as like.
You said how do you check your girl?
How do they gain that strength? Yeah, like when dudes like some dudes are like they're not like they're like kind of more lax and they're like kind of more passive when they trying to like as far as checking their girl or like how they like I just deal with arguments and something like that because like if, for example with me I'm more like kind of like lax about it. I'll be lax and like I feel like man I ain't trying to deal with this chick shit, so I'll just like just dip off and do it, and then when you come back to like I guess to talk about it, you just kind of know how to like let shit swivel over and shit because like if the chick be mad or whatever, it's become passive. Or like you got a situation where like some dudes like they'll act out emotionally or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you're saying some dudes will be real passive with it and don't really deal with it, and then you have some guys who just act out all crazy about it. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
And then like for example, if I act out, they'll kind of like say it's like threatening behavior or something like that. But when it's like really you're just trying to get their point across.
Right. Well, the thing is that first of all, when it comes to dealing with women, understand that you shouldn't really ever let a situation occur where you're getting extremely emotional about what a woman's doing. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's not really her making you get emotional, is you. So you got to always understand that. But two, it's just getting your point across without you having to exert any extra energy. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of the screaming and all that other shit is exerting too much energy, but also being extremely passive and not dealing with the situation. You're exerting energy too, because you're exerting a certain type of energy because now you're holding a bunch of shit in. So what it is that you let it out, but you just let it out on some regular shit. You feel what I'm saying? You just sit her down, talk to her, or just tell her just like how you just having a regular conversation and just keep it at that. And if she tries to argue, be like, listen, we're not going to argue. I'm not arguing with you. Just understand this, and that. And that's it. And then the conversation's done. You feel what I'm saying? And then you just keep that shit pushing.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do, because all that other extra shit it's unnecessary. It's just wasted time and energy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
like for example, like you say like that extra wasted time and energy, like for example, like if I get into like argument on a chick or something like that, she has the tendency to like kind of like do that like silent treatment BS or whatever like that, and it's kind of like annoying when like you live in the same crib or something like that, and then like or if you like around like that. You're like kind of like have to be with them for a little bit. You can't like during the quarantine. You can't like go certain places. So it's like damn, you gotta kind of like zone out and shit and like It just be a lot of BS. Like, how would you say to deal with that situation? Like, live with shorty or something like that.
Well, the first thing again is that you got to avoid getting into arguments with them. You see what I'm saying? Meaning I'm not saying you ignore the girl, but what I'm saying is you stop it from being an argument from the beginning by telling her, I'm not arguing with you.
Right,
you understand what I'm saying? And so that's this is the part that's hard for most guys, because this is something that needs to happen from the jump. This is something that needs to be actual, just like how, let's say, for example, you go to a job or a company and they let you know what the rules are on the first day. You feel what I'm saying? And so what happens is that if you break the rule, it's like, okay, I'm gonna give you a warning, and then you probably get like a strong warning, and then after that they fire you or some shit. And in some cases they might have to just fire you just off the strength. So it's the same thing. Like you don't go to your job and start arguing with them about certain shit. It's just either it's this way or it's that way. And so you tell your girl, listen, we're not. So if she starts, well, this and that and this and that, but hold on. We're gonna stop there right now. I'm not arguing with you. We're not gonna argue. This is what it is. And say these words exactly. The discussion is over. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's over. We're not arguing. You understand what I'm saying? And that's it. And so that's the thing is where, because see, what you have to understand is that when you argue with your girl, right? What you're doing is that you're basically going into her territory. You understand what I'm saying? You're going into her frame, right? You're supposed to bring her into your frame. Your frame is, we're not arguing, and this is what's supposed to happen. Period. That's all she needs to know. And if she can't get down with that, then we don't need to be together. I'm not fucking with you like that. You understand what I'm saying? And so this is why I say you got to start it from the beginning, because the more invested you are in the chick, the harder it becomes to do that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because you're so invested, and then you start arguing with her, you start doing all this extra shit, you start going back and forth, and then you start to think, or she starts to think rather, that she's on the same level as you. Because if she's arguing with you, you're basically saying we're on the same level. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
and so
right.
you can't argue with her. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you argue, it's already lost. Forget about all that other extra shit. The fact that you are arguing is a wrap. So you have to eliminate arguments with your woman. There should be zero arguments in your relationship. Zero. You know what I'm saying? And so now when she does something crazy, right? All that needs to be is for there to be a conversation where you're letting her know, hey, look, this ain't cool, and you need to nip that shit in the bud, and we're gonna move on. That's it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Good looking.
All right, bro. I'm a holler.
All
right. Peace.
All right.
All right. Yo.
Is it true that he tried to join the Backstreet Boys back in the day? And they're just...
All right. Yo, what's popping? All right, y'all bugging out. Yo, what's going on? What's going on?
Yo, what's up, Ricardo?
What up?
What's up, man? This is Mark from North Carolina, bro.
Wait, hold on. Wait, your phone is going crazy right now. You on speakerphone or something? Like, what you doing?
Nah, my bad, man.
Okay, you good? Yeah, you good now. What's going on?
Yeah, bro, this is actually some grooming game that I wanted to get from you. I'm on your Bad Boy membership. I know you talk about like grooming and maintenance and shit. And I got like the same type of facial hair as you. You know what I'm saying, above my upper lip and shit. But the razors I use, I gotta get some better ones.
Yeah, man, I can't. Hold on, I cannot hear you, bro. Something wrong with your phone. You're gonna have to like do something. Yeah, you going in and out. But go ahead, say it one more time.
Yeah, this was just some grooming game shit. I got the same type of facial hair that you got above the upper lip, and I was just wondering what type of clippers do you use?
You're saying what do I use as far as?
like clippers? Like, how do you trim your?
Oh, it's
your
I use it's a thing called, I got it right here. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I got one of them right here. It's called the way. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. You.
Hey, Sicario's Ross.
What's going on?
How much? How about you?
I'm chilling. What's going on with you?
So yeah, it's about the topic.
All right.
So do you think because women are becoming more masculine, right? Because what society has done to men and women. Do you think that women now have more the advantage, or getting more and more the advantage over time when it comes to dating than men do? Like, do you think that women are getting dating or having dating easier now than men do?
You saying that? Do I think women have it easier dating?
Like, is it becoming easier
for women?
It is for men. Yeah, than it is for men.
As far as what though?
More the advantage over time when it comes to dating. Well, okay, sex. Yeah, I know it's obviously getting easier for women, but okay, like what about like relationships?
As far as them getting into relationships?
Yeah.
Hell no. Hell fucking no. That shit is not easier for women to get in a relationship. It's easy for women to get dick. It's not easy for women to get relationships ever. That shit ain't happening.
No, I know, but because I know dating has been harder for men and women are getting more options these days, do you think it's becoming easier for women to get to a relationship since they're gaining more and more power in the dating world?
No, it's easy. Look, it's easy for a woman to get a simp to want to be in a relationship with her, but it's not easy for her to get the relationship she wants. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh,
that's what I'm talking about.
I see. So you're saying, yeah, it may be getting easier for her to find some simp, but it actually is getting harder for her to even find like a masculine man.
Right. Right. Because one, there aren't that many masculine dudes out here right now. And two, what happens is most of those masculine dudes, they're trying to get the top women. You understand what I'm saying? And they want more than one woman. So if she wants him for herself, that's going to make it even harder for her. You see what I'm saying?
Right. But now, how come the top guy, he doesn't have to share even the top girl? The top girl has to share the guy.
Yeah. You saying why?
I'm saying, how come the top guy, doesn't have to share the top girl?
Mm-hmm. No, this is the thing.
Why does he not have to?
He doesn't have to. You saying why? You saying why does the girl have to share the guy? Is that what you're asking?
No, I'm saying so I know why even the top girl would have to share the top guy, but why doesn't the top guy not have to share the top girl?
Mm-hmm. Well, because the thing is, he doesn't necessarily have to. He could just have her he could. This is the thing. Most dudes, if they wanted to, right? Well, not most dudes. I misspoke by saying most, but I should say this: most guys who are the top guy can get multiple women to just be with him if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, the thing is that a woman, right? If she's like a top chick, she can get a relationship with a top guy, but usually she'll have to share him because he's the top guy because so many women want him. And most guys, if they can have multiple women, will have multiple women. You understand what I'm saying? Usually the guys who don't want multiple women are guys who can't get multiple women or who can't handle being with multiple women. You see what I'm saying? But what happens?
No, I know that.
Right. What was you asking?
But I'm saying, like, but what I'm asking is how come, like, so why is the top guy, like, he wouldn't have to share the top woman that he's with anybody else? Like, why is it easy for him to be in a monogamous relationship with the top girl than it is, you know, for the top girl to want to be in a monogamous relationship with the top guy?
Hold on, I'm confused. Say that again.
So why, like, the top guy, he could be in a monogamous relationship with a top girl, right?
Right.
Easily.
Right.
More easily than top girl could, you know, get a monogamous relationship with a top guy, right?
Right. Right.
Now, why is that?
Well, that's because, again, if the guy, let's say you have the top guy, he said, let's say he's like, I want to be in a monogamous relationship, right? So he can get that monogamous relationship with that woman, but that's his choice to have that relationship. If a top chick wants a monogamous relationship with the top guy, it's going to be rare for her to find that guy who wants a monogamous relationship with her because he's the top guy. Most top guys don't want monogamous relationships. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to be harder, and it's easier for him to find a woman who wants a monogamous relationship because there's a lot of women who want monogamous relationships. But it's hard for her to find a guy who wants a monogamous relationship who's the top guy because most guys who can get multiple women don't want to be in a monogamous relationship. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, so it's also because of the difference in desire.
Right, exactly.
The top guy.
Exactly.
Because you're saying, yeah, most girls, you know, they'd already be so happy, related to be in a monogamous relationship with the top guy.
Right.
The top guy, yeah, I'd be happy to be in a monogamous relationship with the top girl, but, you know, he'll just be like, yeah, but I want more.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Fuck with her to be in another serious relationship with, like.
Cause see, this is what you got to understand. This is where the whole argument about fucking body counts and wanting a virgin and all this other shit comes from. Is that the guys who actually want to be in a monogamous, like I'm saying, want to be. You understand? Like they desire, they really want shit to go down this way. The only guys who want to be in long-term monogamous relationships or have a desire for that is beta males. You understand what I'm saying? An alpha male does not desire to be in a monogamous relationship with a woman. Period. It don't work that way, right? If a guy desires to be in a have one, this is why dudes, they get so caught up with the body count and the pair bonding because they want to be with a woman who's only gonna want to be with them because they're yearning for a woman. A guy who can get multiple women doesn't need one woman. He's like, I can get a bunch of women. What the fuck do I need to hold on to this one woman? The person who needs to hold on to the one woman is the beta male. And so he's the one who wants to make sure she's a virgin or she has a low body count, usually because he's like, well, I don't want her to run off, or I feel nervous that she's going to want other dick, or you understand what I'm saying? So he wants to have the feeling that, right.
Beta males are afraid to lose their chick, whereas alpha male, they're just like, they don't care and they don't have to.
Right, exactly.
They get all the options. And
right.
So you're saying even beta males, fundamentally, they do actually want, we don't want them as men, they don't want to even be in a monogamous relationship like women do, right?
Right. And on top of that, so people in the chat, they saying, ARC has one chick and Tariq Nasheed has one chick. See, this is what you guys got to understand. Y'all don't know. First of all, I think ARC said that his relationship isn't really monogamous. You understand what I'm saying? And also, what you guys don't understand is even when you see a guy in public presenting as if he is in a monogamous relationship, you don't know the actual behind the scenes of his relationship, meaning that he could also be seeing other women even though he has a wife or long-term girlfriend, and his wife or long-term girlfriend knows this, but they don't put that out in the public. You understand what I'm saying? That's the thing y'all don't understand. You see what I mean?
You usually don't hear that in public.
Right, exactly. So dudes, they don't get fooled by thinking, oh, you see this, this guy with his girl, and they just no, that's that. There's a lot of times where this shit happening behind the scenes. You see what I'm saying?
Right. That's true.
And it's not to say, that a alpha male type of dude won't want a monogamous relationship. I'm saying that in most cases they don't. You feel what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, right. In most cases. Okay.
Right. You feel me? All right, bro. Appreciate the call, my brother. All right, I'm a holler. All right.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Oh, my bad. I cut it off too quick. It's my dude Ross. But yeah, man. All right, let me see what this is. I think this person was trying to call for a minute. Hold on. Yo, what's going on?
Yo.
What's popping?
Sharp, man. I just wanted to consider a couple of things, man, and get your feedback, but maybe help a couple guys out. Here's the way I think about it, because the last call was talking about basically how alpha and beta and top guy, and just the the bottom guy on the totem pole. And I think that really, sure, that's a good theory to have. That's like a secondary theory, but to have it as a primary theory in this game, to me, in my opinion, is just a little bit like you can't rely on it. You got to rely more on, just like more like your the play, like more like your type of theory, like the player theory. There's, the whole, you can't be so wrapped up in the alpha and beta thing. You just got to be wrapped up in what you're about and how you're going to radiate that from your presence,
right?
And how you're going to command people to what you're doing and your movement. That's aside from all that alpha and beta shit.
Well, the thing is, either way, there's always going to be alpha and beta, dynamics. You see what I'm saying? So that's just really a name. It's not, that don't even, there's always, that's just putting a name to what's going on. Right.
Whatever it is. Yeah. So whatever play, I look at it as players. If you a player or you just a simp,
right?
Whatever you want to call it. But you need the player theory. So, you know what I'm saying? Of your game, working on you to get yourself to that point, rather than working on, am I out for it? You know what I'm saying? But right. Then another thing is the other guy was talking about how the girl came up to him and that, I do this that laugh. That shit was hilarious. But now, I guess the guy was talking to him in the gym, the girl, stood up to him. Now, first thing, if a dude comes, I went out to the gym, I just went out for the full COVID shit. And, I overheard some dudes one time talk about how, if, I can't even talk to small dudes. I'm like, I didn't want to talk to you anyway. I'm going out, it's why do people care so much about what another dude thinks? That's
the thing. Nobody's really, a lot of times, because you was talking about the caller that called up that was trolling, talking about people talking shit about. First of all, see, that's like the most narcissistic shit ever. You understand what I'm saying? To think that people are going out of their way and going outside their shit to talk about you. You know what I'm saying? No one cares. You see what I mean? But
even if they was, who gives a fuck?
Right. Exactly.
It's know who you are, securing yourself. Okay, if somebody were to actually say that to me directly, I'd be like, all right, sure, I'm not the biggest guy out there, but I'm not small either, and I also been doing kung fu for years. But they don't know that.
But see,
and then
But who cares though? That's what I'm saying. It don't even matter. If a person's,
you don't gotta overcompensate.
Right.
You don't gotta overcompensate. For the you don't gotta. And also, it's just if the chick says that to you, usually you can just ignore her.
or whatever. But like if a chick is saying some bullshit like that out of nowhere, trying to pick on you or trying to shit test you, like usually I just have some, like I'm to a point where I just got some like crazy shit to say back. I probably say some shit like, or you, I feel like you look like you like tired of being the jump.
But see this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Most of that shit don't even matter because most of that shit is never gonna happen. This is what I'm trying to say. Like dudes, this is how I realize when dudes is bullshitting or trolling or lying or whatever. Guys come up with scenarios that actually never happen in real life. You understand? They assume that these things will happen based off of their limited experience or based off what they hear online, but they never been in real life situations to see what's actually happening in real life. You feel what I'm saying? But yo, call, I appreciate the call, my brother. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm holler at you, man.
Yeah.
All right. So K-Zagon, what's popping, bro?
What's going on with you, L?
Chilling. What's the deal? What's the deal? Let's see who this is. All right. What's popping? Who this? Yo.
What the fuck is that? Niggas be bullshitting.
Yo.
Hey, what's up, man? Man, I've been trying to get through. For some reason, on a regular phone, it won't go through. But anyways, man, hey, I agree on what this topic is. But the only thing I have a little bit of questions about is that, I mean, let's get it right. All women are going to just try to destroy you no matter what, especially if they want to get out of a relationship. I mean, that's what they have to do. That's what they have to do in their mind in order to be able to justify it. But what I don't understand is I don't care how much, I mean, maybe I'm taking it in the wrong context. I don't care how mentally strong you are. You know, if you have had any type of bonding with a woman, she's going to be able to shake you to the core somehow, some way. And what I'm saying is like, have you ever been through a custody battle? Have you ever been through? Have you ever been through like a paternity suit? They will find a way to shake you to the core, no matter how mentally strong you are.
It did not shake me to the core.
Oh, K-Zagon, what you saying? Hold on, K-Zagon, go ahead. Go ahead first.
Caller. I'm gonna tell you a story. Okay, my ex-wife, right? We dated for 5 years before we got married. We were married for about a year before the wheels fell off that motherfucker. Okay, she hit me with divorce papers. What do you think I did with those divorce papers? I signed them. I didn't call her. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Why? We've been together for all this time. I signed them immediately.
I can't hear a word he's saying.
You can't hear nothing? You can't hear nothing?
I can't hear none.
Hold on, let me see something. Maybe I got the fucking.
I can't hear you now.
Okay, so you can't hear K-Zagon at all?
No, I can't hear him. No, I can't hear him.
That's crazy. Hold on, let me try.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear him now?
No, I can't hear him.
Oh, I probably got to switch up the system preferences on that because I got y'all both coming out the speaker. Maybe that's why you can't hear him. Let me try to get the computer coming out speakers. Okay, so K-Zagon, talk now again.
Caller, can you hear me?
Can you hear?
The greatest connection to hear you.
All right, go ahead, K-Zagon.
Okay, bro. I've been through a divorce. I've been through everything you just said. I've been through all that bullshit. Okay. Now, did that shit bother me? Yes. Did it shake me to my core? No. Because that's not my life. My life isn't to be beholden to any one person. Now, when my ex-wife served me with divorce papers, okay, I signed them right away. When the people came to my door and delivered them certified mail, I stood in the doorway and signed them hoes. I didn't call her up and try and talk to her and why are you doing this to me? I thought you loved me. I don't want to be without you. I didn't do any of that. I signed them because the bottom line is I'm true to myself before I'm true to any one person. Okay. My life did not turn upside down because we went through a divorce.
No, I think you froze a little bit, but but
you. No, I understand. I mean, I mean, maybe so. You mean to tell me, like, you mean you put a label on a person as a weak person if
they go through something that it didn't destroy them, it didn't kill them, but it shook them to the core. Because you know what I'm saying, if you have a bond, like you said, with your kid, and with forever element, that has to be split. You can't tell me that I don't care how many strong you are, that you, unless you're it doesn't have any type of effect on you. It doesn't destroy you a little bit, because everybody goes through a dark place.
No, but this is. I think this is the difference.
Not necessarily to deal with a woman, but a woman can take you to a dark place, even if you are the one that decided to get up out of that. Does that make you mentally strong? I mean, mentally weak?
No. This is what I think you're misunderstanding. I think what you're misunderstanding is that you're saying that because a woman does whatever specific thing, you're saying that because you're invested in her and because that you might love her or whatever it is, that she can destroy your shake you up because of that. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Let's get it. If you have any type of bonding with a woman before she gets rid of you, and we already know the steps, she's already looking for your replacement. She's already taking the exit plan. She's already doing that. She has to destroy you in her mind to be able to justify. If she sees you doing any type of good, most women ain't gonna leave. We all know this, man. You know, you've been part of the game. But I'm just saying, what woman is not going to destroy you or try to destroy you? Even if
you said try, she could try.
Just her whole nature.
Hold on, go ahead, K-Zaggin, real quick.
No, bro, there's a difference between a woman trying to destroy you and you allowing her to. Big difference. Okay, so let me get back to my story. I'm gonna go ahead and shorten it. Okay, for the purpose of this shit.
Go ahead.
Okay, hold on, real quick, caller. Okay, it was a Sunday night. My ex-wife, she left to go stay with her kinfolk. Monday, I got served with divorce papers. I signed them. Okay, so between Monday and Tuesday, you know, I kind of thought about where I went wrong. Not where I went wrong to get her back, but where I went wrong to even get myself in a situation to be married to the wrong chick. Okay, by Wednesday, I was calling on my boys, asking them what they was doing for the weekend. By Thursday, I was shopping for some new clothes. I spent the whole weekend getting on with my life. I didn't dwell on the fact that the relationship was over. I accepted it. So even though now she did do shit to try and destroy me, she did, but I didn't let that bother me.
You hear that?
Yeah. Maybe, you know what? I might have took the questioning out of context. I was looking at it from like, you know what? If you like show them that you're not a weak person, that they're not going to test you or at least try to destroy you. That's what I was trying to say. All women are going to try to destroy you one way or another. I don't care what type of disposition that you come in.
But see, I disagree with that, and I'm gonna say why. Because the thing is, how does a woman get to the point to where she can destroy you at all? You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, how does she get to that point? How does she get there?
Kids, child support.
Right. So hold on. So wait, let me stop you right there. How did you get to the point where you had kids with a woman like that? Do you understand what I'm saying? You there? You still there? Oh, I think his phone cut off. I don't know.
Let me say this too. And I think I know where you were going, Lucario.
Right.
There's a thing called a vetting process, fellas. If you properly vet women, now it doesn't mean the relationship will never end.
Right.
But if you don't properly vet women, and then you make certain decisions with women, like getting married, having children, and a woman does that to you, that means you chose the wrong chick. That means you messed up. You messed up.
Right. That's what I was saying. Hold on, we're gonna get to another call in a second. But that's exactly what I was saying, because that's what I'm going with it, is that, you know, because he's saying kids and child support. My thing is, don't have kids with a woman who would be the type of woman who will take it to that next level. And so some people will say, well, you know, I don't know, maybe she switched up later, right? That means you had kids with her too early. Because if you switched up later, you should have vetted her long enough to see her character. This is why, again, this goes back to my whole shit where I say, don't make a girl your girlfriend till you've been with her for at least a year or a year and a half, right? Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, if you're gonna get married to a chick, don't make a chick your wife until you've been with her for at least 5 years. So what I'm saying is, why are you having a kid with some chick who you haven't been with for that long and vetted for that long and realize her character? Because you have guys out here who have girlfriends or wives who they have kids with, and they don't go through that bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? Like they super cordial with the shit. It's like they're just not together anymore, and they work something out, and they're just real cool with it.
Never had issues. So to your point, my ex-wife, even though we dated for 5 years, I made her my girlfriend too soon, like within a few months.
Right.
So there were red flags popping up early on. I just ignored them because I had that stupid mindset. Well, the good right now outweighs the bad, so I'm gonna continue to roll with this shit.
Right.
Okay. So even though we were together a while, there was things that I didn't necessarily miss. I just thought they were small enough for me to ignore, and they just got bigger. You know what I'm saying? To the point where the wheels fell off. So what happened was, at first, when the shit first happened, even though I signed the papers, I had this animosity towards her.
Right.
And it wasn't until about a year later where I really sat down and thought about my part in it. Where I took accountability, because I blamed her. But when I took accountability and I took an assessment of how I was moving, I was like, it's all my fault.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And so that's what I'm saying where, because April MC said, but that's women with baby daddies too. These women, they have babies or guys that don't take care of their others, but think the guy will take care of theirs. Exactly. That's what happens. People need to understand that, they have to learn how to vet people before they take them to that next level. You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing. It's like, you can't get, because the thing is, it's like, oh, well, the person's gonna, the woman's gonna destroy you because of this and because of that. And the thing is that you still got to understand what chick you're dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? You got to understand what chick you're dealing with, because in general, women aren't gonna like, just in general, women aren't gonna like weak men. They're not gonna like guys who are, like not masculine, guys who are fucking pushovers, whatever. Just in general, chicks don't like that shit. But what happens is that if you put yourself in a position with a chick who you don't really know, you understand? Because that's usually what happens. They'll get, because the chick, she'll pretend to be a certain way, but she's not really like that. They get the girl pregnant, they move in with the girl, they do all this other extra shit, and then they're like, yo, what the fuck? And then they get into this like emotional turmoil because they've invested so much in this, random chick. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they invest more into the situation than a woman does.
Right.
Okay. That's part of it. And what guys got to realize, when you have issues with women like that, one or two things are going on. Either you got into a relationship with the wrong chick, or you stayed too long.
Right.
You can fix your shit. Once you realize, oh, okay, I moved too quick. This is the wrong chick. You got to end it. See, dudes want to fix it, and they want to try and fix the shit because they invested so much into it. They feel like, I don't want to give it up because I invested too much time, too much energy, too much money. So I'm going to try like hell to try and fix this shit, and you can't.
Right.
It's doomed. It's doomed to fail.
Right. Real talk. So guys, call the number 646-481-3901. 646-481-3901. Probably go another 20 minutes, and then I got to head up out of here. It's hot as shit up in here.
Let me say this about the title. Dudes got triggered by the title, and they started coming here talking about fighting and lifting weights, and that's not what it's about. Okay, it's about you mentally weak dudes getting ran over by women, and you think because you can go to the gym and shit, you can fix your mental weakness. No, bro, it don't work that way. Right.
Exactly. Nah, that's real shit. And that's what I'm saying, where dudes, they thinking it's all about that facade of toughness. That's good that we're talking. No, it's not about that. No. Because see, the thing is that the mental strength is the most important strength, because everything else comes after that. You feel what I'm saying? Yep. Whatever the mind, the body's gonna follow the mind. You feel what I'm saying?
There you go. Not the other way around.
Right, exactly. You see what I'm saying?
There's the same way you think if you go to the gym and you lift weights, you can transform your physical strength into mental strength. No.
Right,
No.
exactly.
As a man, you evolve from the inside out, not
Right.
the other way around, man.
Right. Nah, that's real talk. That's real talk. Hold on, my Skype is acting real funny right now. Hold on, let me see. Let me make sure. Hold on. Damn, why is my Skype acting funny right now? Yo, what's poppin'? Can you hear me?
Talking to me or the caller?
No, I was talking to the.
Okay.
Yeah, my Skype acting weird right now. Let me cut out the Skype and I'm gonna cut it back on real quick. Yeah, the Skype's acting funny. It's acting funny style. So let me quit the Skype real quick. But yeah, man, dudes, it's crazy, man. It's so crazy how I think the thing that's gonna make it easier for dudes to understand the game is they got to understand their part in the whole situation.
There you go.
You know, it's like, you know what I mean?
And this is what guys don't want to do. You know, it's like a role reversal. Mm-hmm. You know, women are more accountable nowadays than some men. You know what I'm saying? Even though we know women don't necessarily take accountability for the shit that they do, you have a lot of guys that want to be like chicks.
Right. Mm-hmm. Facts. Those are facts. All right, let me see. I think I got the Skype back up. Let me see if I could. All right, so you guys can try to call back in. Let me see. I don't understand why this. Okay, this. All right. All right, hold on. All right, you. The fuck? You. Yo, what's going on? Why am I not hearing the calls? Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Why can't I cannot hear the fucking calls? This is weird.
Damn. What's up?
I don't know what's going on with this. Let me turn off the speaker and then maybe it's the speaker's acting funny. Let me try to do the. Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, cool. Yeah, something's wrong with the speakers. Yeah. So what's going on?
Yeah, I had two questions.
Mm.
Okay, my first one is basically like when you talk about girls like testing you and stuff and trying to see if you weak or not. Like, what about whenever they try to do that and then when you trying to basically ignore them, but when you don't say anything, they still trying to get at you. How do you handle that? This is my first one.
Wait, say that again?
Yeah, I can't hear them. Mad low.
Like, whenever they trying to like, they trying to say some shit to try to get under your skin or something. Like you say they have rough skin or whatever. Well, I'm talking about whenever they continue or whatever, and like even when you don't say nothing to them, and you ignore them, they'll keep on trying to get at you. What do you do about that? I'm saying.
You saying when a woman keeps ignoring you, or when you keep ignoring the chick and they trying to get at you, what do you say?
Yeah, they trying to get under your skin, and I'm saying like you'll ignore them, but then they'll keep on. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll keep on trying to get bother you or whatever.
So wait, so you talking about they keep texting you?
No, Lucario. He's saying, what if you tell the chick, hey, chill, cut that nonsense out, and the chick keep going at him.
Oh, so you're saying, so you're saying that you're there's like a chick and she keep trying to get at you on some disrespectful shit, and you tell her to chill and she keep going?
Yeah, like there'll be sometimes I wouldn't even say nothing. Like I'll just straight up ignore them, but they'll still be on that bullshit.
And who are these women? Give me an example.
No, I'm saying this ain't happened in a while, but it did happen at my job. Someone was trying to say some bullshit, and like I just ignored it, but they just kept on with it, and I could tell they were trying to affect me,
Well, you just gotta ignore them, because if you at work, just do your job and then go home. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's all you got to do.
Okay, my second one is I heard you guys on your last. This was Miles on there too, but he was talking about he was talking about trying to think for a sec. He was talking about I can't remember my last question.
Robin, go ahead. You still there? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm still here. He was talking about something about I literally had, I forgot.
All right, you gonna have to call back, bro, because he's like, he's sitting there like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, bro, spit it out.
So was he saying they were coworkers, Lucario?
Yeah, that's what he said. I think he said it happened at his job or some shit. I'm like, don't worry about that shit. Just fucking,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Go there, work your shift, and go home.
Yeah, right. What's going on? Who this?
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yo, what's up, bro? Yo, it's crazy. You and K Zag talking about this topic, man. I just got.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. My bad. Go. What you saying?
Yeah, I said it's crazy. You and K Zag talking about this topic. I just got a sad call this morning about one of my favorite teachers, a history teacher, man. And last night he was killed by the police because his wife was trying to divorce him, and the papers came through the mail. He looked through the mailbox or whatever, and you know what I'm saying. When he saw that shit, that nigga just spazzed out. So he tied her up, grabbed the kid, and dropped them off to his family house. And I think he was about to come back and probably do himself and do her because, he was just so basically, man, he was weak. So the nigga it's a crazy story, bro. The wife, while he was dropping the kids off, the wife was happened to escape, you know what I'm saying, through the top shit or whatever. And I guess she went to the neighbor's house, told him to call the police. Police pulled up. She writes in the midst of her telling them what's going on so they could write the report. That nigga pulled up and he literally drove his pickup truck in the back of the fucking police car. You know what I'm saying? And they shot and killed, bro. I swear to God, this is an actual story that I was last night. And that's pretty much what I'm trying to say is, man, that's y'all right, bro. When you weak, dog, this game can destroy you, bro. The beta, man, fellas, the beta can kill you. That's a dangerous weapon, dog. And I'm second saying this shit because I was so close to this dude, bro. We used to hoop after school, man, and I'm talking about, man, he was a real inspiration to me, bro. But that shit fucked up, man. So it's cool you talking about this topic, dog. Motivating you niggas, man. Cause what? That shit crazy.
Yeah, that's because I heard of a story earlier today about this dude who his girlfriend, or I think his ex-girlfriend or something like that. He heard that she went to the beach with some other dude or some new dude. And the dude came back and fucking killed her and her kids.
Yeah, I heard about that today.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Motherfuckers is wild out here, man. You know what I mean?
His kid was newborn. I think one was 8 months. I think one was 5, and I think one is 7. Yeah, y'all do. He was 30, man. That shit crazy, bro.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. That shit.
Man, hey.
Now go ahead. What you saying?
Nah. I was listening to you if you had something to say. You good?
Well, no, I was just saying that's what happened when dudes be on that weak shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Is that they get so triggered and they be just going crazy, and then a bunch of bullshit happen and it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying?
Well, go ahead, El.
Now go ahead, K Zaggin.
Okay, well, this is what guys is doing. Instead of having a woman be a part of your life, guys make the woman their life. Okay, and when you do that, you get possessive. Okay, so you feel like if anyone touches your possession, she gotta go, they gotta go. And if you just say, you know what, as long as the chick is respectful and she's doing what she's supposed to do, she can be a part of my life. But again, guys try to make their life about the woman. Okay, and that's where, when the other caller was talking about a woman destroying you, when you feel like you've been destroyed or devastated by a woman, it's because you did that. Instead of just saying you could be a part of my life, the dude made his life about the woman.
Right.
Can't do that.
100%.
Exactly. Nah, real talk.
100%.
Real talk.
100%. Hey, but thank you, Mr. Lucario, man, for having me call in, man, and yeah, man, keep motivating me, man, especially the young cats like me, bro.
That's what's up, man.
18 years old, man. So I take everything you say in consideration. You ain't that.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. Appreciate it, man. I like when the young dudes is getting the game. That's what I'm talking about. All right, I'm holla.
That's what's up.
All right, peace. All right, before we get to the next call, though, let me shout out the people who's been sending donations. Shout out to my dude Abiola. Shout out to my dude Corey for the $20 donation. Shout out to my dude David for the $10 donation. Shout out to my dude, hold on, Ayomide for the $10 donation. Shout out to David for the $10 donation. So shout out to everybody who's sending donations. All right. You, what's going on? Hold on. Yo, what's going on? You.
Yeah.
Yo.
Okay.
You.
Yeah, it's Kenny again.
What's going on?
My question, the second question I had was, I heard Steve the Dean say on your guys' last podcast or whatever, but he was saying like when most dudes are weak, it's because like they're trying to wait for the line out of them or whatever, basically. And like what I'm asking basically is, in life, if you are naturally like you guys are saying, like some dudes are acting weak and like not owning their masculinity and shit, like, or is life gonna put you in positions where it's gonna force you to be that way?
Well, sometimes it does. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes it will, because what's going to happen is things are going to occur or things are going to come up that you're going to have to face it. You feel what I'm saying? You're going to have to face whatever that shit is that you fear doing or whatever it is. And just like, for example, like, even just as simple as some shit, like if let's say you want to get a girl or whatever, you're going to see a chick that you think is bad as shit. And you're going to be so scared to approach her because you've been having that fear of approaching for so long, and you're going to be like, damn, like you're going to want to approach her, but you just ate, and you're going to have a hard time even making that happen. So you got to push yourself through it, because you're going to be like, damn, she's so bad. I got to fucking push myself through that shit. So it's going to like force you to do that, or you're going to feel fucked up late. Because I feel like every dude's had that situation where you see a girl that was so bad, you hesitated, and you're like, fuck, I should have talked to that chick. You see what I'm saying? And so that type of shit will happen to you a lot of times. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah.
You feel me? All right.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, bro. Appreciate the call, my brother. All right. So the calling number is 646-481-3901. 646-481-3901.
Let me go ahead.
Hold on. Yo, what's poppin'? Who this?
Yo, Lucario, what's going on? It's Crane Noise, man.
What up? What's going on, bro? Wait, hold on for 1 second, Crane Noise, because Kazak, you wanted to say something?
No, man, you good. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. What's going on with you, man?
Yeah, and by the way, what's up, Kazak?
What's up?
I got a quick question about this topic that seems to be, this topic is really popping off. Doesn't this just come down to value at the end of the day?
As far as well,
basically, just to go a little bit beyond just attraction and dating, like value, that's pretty much like that's how you get an edge in friendships, business, and everything. But doesn't this just come down to value? Like if you're strong, or if the women see you as weak, that's what will determine their value. Your value in their eyes, because the way they respond to your value or their interpretation of your value, that's like one of the few things women are pretty blunt about. Like if you're high, they'll treat you well. If you're low value, they'll just treat you like shit. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, isn't it a little subjective?
Well, the thing is,
interpretation.
Well, this is the thing. The thing is that if you know, a lot of the strength and the weakness comes from how you value yourself. You feel what I'm saying? And also some of it has to do with ego. You understand? Also based off of like, you know, a lot of times, you know, people will do or display weak behavior because they have a big ego. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you value yourself, you feel what I'm saying, then you'll have more strength. You see what I mean? You'll be mentally strong. You see what I'm saying? And then everything else just sort of follows from there. You see what I mean? Like your behaviors, your actions, how you deal with people, how you take in information, all of those things is going to account for your value that you see within yourself, or your awareness of you know, your value. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. You're basically talking about your reputation with yourself,
Right?
more or less, right?
Right.
Yeah. And I get that part. But what I'm saying is like, because this topic of today, this is basically, I guess, has to do with just basically how women see it, which from what I've seen, a lot of guys are unaware of. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that to a point, it shouldn't even really matter because it is so subjective.
Well, the thing is, it shouldn't matter how a woman sees you, but that doesn't necessarily correlate to how you see yourself and you being weak or being strong. You understand what I'm saying? Because it has really nothing to do with them. But what I'm saying is that if you're interacting with them, there's going to be a reaction from them based off of how weak or how strong you are. Because even when I was talking about earlier about you know, the guy that called in and he was, you know, on the last show where he felt a certain type of way because Steve Dean and Miles was being you know, aggressive. He started to get in his feelings. You see what I'm saying? And so him getting in his feelings had to do with the ego. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing where it's about understanding, you know, like how you're reacting towards certain things, and based off how you're reacting, it shows if you're mentally strong or not. Because people who are usually mentally weak, they're extremely reactionary based off of just whatever people say and do. You feel what I mean? And then so they just get triggered real easy. They get emotional real easy. They you know, they take action based off their emotions quickly, and so that type of behavior comes from how they it comes from how they view themselves. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Now I just want to ask one last thing, because K-Zaggin said something that caught my attention. He said that basically like working out doesn't necessarily work out your mind. And that just got me thinking, and I'd actually like both of your opinions on this. Like what can strengthen your mind then?
So K-Zag, you want to take it first?
You know what I'm asking?
I barely heard him. What did he say?
He said what strengthens your mind? Because he was like saying that, you know, we were talking about like the physical strength doesn't necessarily strengthen your mind, but what strengthens your mind?
Okay, well let me just tell you when I was younger, what I was exposed to, like when I was a teenager. You know, before I really started having sex and all that. So my foundation for how I am now started when I was 13, 14. So I would see dudes reacting to being dumped by women. They would be crying and shit, and just doing real wild, crazy shit behind chicks they barely knew. And when I saw that, I always said to myself, I never want to be that guy. I refuse to be in a situation where I react like that because a woman said this, that, or the third to me. I don't want that. So at some point, I said, okay, in order for me to have this mental strength where, you know, I can, you know, get by all that bullshit, I have to have a way that I expect to be treated. And any woman that treats me the opposite of that, she gone. So she's not going to get a chance to be in my life long enough for me to get attached to her, for her to be able to get me to do all that crazy shit, crying. Like there was one story I told where a guy was on the bathroom floor, balled up in a fetal position, crying, but the chick broke up with him. So my mental strength came from me just not wanting to experience that. If that makes any sense.
Right. And the thing I would say is as far as how to strengthen your mind, a lot of it, just like how you strengthen your muscles in the gym, you strengthen your mind. You strengthen your mind in the same way where you have to exercise your mind, just like you exercise your arms and your chest. You have to exercise your mind, and so the way you exercise your mind is you freaking on a consistent basis, give your mind your mind information that's going to help it, that's going to benefit it. So a lot of times, this is why I don't watch certain people on YouTube. I don't listen to certain types of music. I don't fucking you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go, you know what I mean? Because that's gonna fuck your shit up.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you don't hang around certain type of people. Is that what you're saying?
Right. You see what I'm saying? Like I won't even do that. Yeah. You see what I mean? And so that's the thing, is that you want to make sure that you're being careful about what you're putting in your mind, but also you have to be aware of certain things. You see what I'm saying? A lot of it has to do with awareness. You see what I mean? Because most people, for example, they're not necessarily even aware of why they do the things that they do. You see what I'm saying? And so sometimes you got to step back and look at why you got to be like, why am I upset about this? Why am I happy about this? Why am I jealous about this? Why do I feel this feeling? Why am I angry about? You see what I mean? Why does this trigger me? Why? You see, all of these things, people have to have that awareness. You see what I'm saying? And so that builds up your mental strength, because now you're more aware of what you're doing, why you do it, what you're about. So if you say, damn, why am I doing this? Why am I doing A, B, and C? Okay, I notice I'm doing A, B, and C because of this thing. And I don't like that I do A, B, and C, and I don't think it's healthy. So let me fix this thing so that I can stop doing this other thing. You see what I mean? So that helps you to do that. But it takes a level of awareness, and it takes for a person to constantly be working on themselves. You see what I'm saying? Getting the information, getting the right things to put in there. You see what I'm saying?
And to add to your point, Lucario,
wait, hold on, Carl. Hold on. KZ, I want to say something real quick, and then you go.
Bro, you have to challenge yourself. Okay, you have to ask yourself. You got to sit down and really, really ask yourself, what do you want out of life? Okay, not just with women, just overall. How do you want your life to go? Okay, and you have to think about, okay, what can I do? What direction can I begin to travel in for my life to be like that? So you have to challenge yourself to basically filter out the bullshit that doesn't help you get to that point, and then bring in the shit that does. And when you do that, you're gonna have to make some self-sacrifices. I'll give you an example. Like Lacar was talking about on YouTube, there's a lot of bullshit that guys are putting shit out there, and guys who don't challenge themselves mentally, they would rather listen to that feel-good shit because the other shit that maybe Lucario will talk about, Steve Jardine, for instance, myself, and other individuals, that requires them to challenge themselves too much. Okay, that's why they reject that, because it's a challenge.
Right.
And that easy shit, whereas lie to women, pump and dump, all that goofy shit says basically they don't have to work hard to do those things. They can just do them because it's easy.
Right.
Right. Yes, sir. Okay. All right. I think I see what you're saying, man. All right. Hey, guys. I don't even know how to say any other way, but except thanks. I appreciate your input, and I'll let you get feedback to what you're doing. But thanks again, both of you.
All right, bro. Appreciate the call, my brother. All right.
Yeah. Take it easy.
All right. Peace.
Appreciate the call.
So Daquan Jenkins said, yo, Lucario, would you rather be a guy with an abundance mindset but no game, or a guy with game but don't have an abundance mindset? That don't even make sense. You're not gonna be a guy with game and no abundance mindset. You know what I'm saying? What's poppin'? Who's this?
Hello?
Yo, what's going on? You gotta turn on your computer or something. What's going on?
It was Carlos, your boy, Mr. Aqua Dragon, Mr. Mixel and stuff. How you doing today, man?
Chilling. What's going on with you?
You know what, man? This is a real important topic because me personally, like I've experienced, going through some shit with ex-girlfriend, and she was my first love. You know what I'm saying? Then when she broke up with me, I took it hard. I was doing some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? It took me like a year and a half to fully heal. So I've been healed for 6 years now. You know what I'm saying? And now by watching you, watching everybody else, you dig what I'm saying, and understanding the game, I look at it as a business. Like you said, I don't take it personal. I look at it like, you know what? She likes me. She like me. She don't. That's fine. She might find something better. I might find something better.
Right.
That's how I look at it now.
and I don't put my feelings in for fuck feelings. I let the female do all the feeling shit, man. Because feelings can put you in some fucked up positions, especially if you let it. You know what I mean?
Well, this is the thing. It's not about not having feelings. It's about not just acting on your feelings. You see what I'm saying? It's about not just fucking doing shit just because you feel like it at the moment. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's about.
Exactly.
What I'm interested to know is
hold on, Aqua. Hold on, okay, because I want to say something. Go ahead.
Caller, real quick. I'm interested to know what about that woman made you feel like you were missing her so much it took you that long to get over her? What type of intangibles and all that type of shit and attributes did she bring to the situation where you felt like you couldn't find that in someone else?
She took my virginity.
What'd he say?
He said she took his virginity.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. So you was pussy with.
Yo, I don't know why. It always sounds funny to me to hear a guy say a woman took his virginity. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit just sounds funny to me. I don't know why. I don't know why it does, but it just does. But anyway.
Okay.
You know what sounds better? Yeah. When I had sex for the first time. That sounds better.
Right. Be like, yeah, like no, but see, that's the thing.
I think it matter which way.
Right.
I think it matter which way.
Right. It just sounds funny.
Yeah.
It just sounds funny. But no, but but that's the thing. See, what you guys understand, it's not about ignoring your feelings. It's not about having feelings or not having feelings. It's not about trying to put on an act of toughness. What you got to understand is that being a strong dude and not being weak. See, being weak is about you sort of not, you not really recognizing your value, what you're about, what you bring to the table, and not having awareness about certain things, and always catering to your ego. So for example, if somebody says, "Oh, you're a dumbass and you're an idiot," or whatever, and you ready to bite their head off or punch them in the face, that means that you're weak. You see what I'm saying? Because you're letting what they said affect you to the point where you're going at them like that. You see what I'm saying? Now, a person who's strong, a person who's mentally strong, right? They can hear all of that shit and not be moved and probably laugh at that motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? And be like, whatever. And then the only time they need to exert physical force is if that person put their hands on them. Because that's the way. Look, I don't ever need to put my hands on nobody until they put their hands on me. If they put their hands on me, they getting fucked up. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm gonna cut you off. But what if somebody in your face talking shit disrespecting you?
No. They can. No. They gotta try to put hands on me. Because a person could say something, right? Again, it's the same shit. A person could talk all that rah-rah stuff and curse you out and say a whole bunch of shit, right? But until they're actually ready to make something happen, you feel what I'm saying? We don't even got to take it there. Because again, I already know that the person's weak if they're even taking it to that level. Because if you're getting that riled up, right, over whatever the fuck it is, right? That means that there's weakness in you, because whenever you're a man and you're moved that easily, or you're just moved like that, period, that means that there's weakness in you. You understand what I'm saying? So, for example, if I fucking like, and this, I've had this happen plenty of times. I would make a video. I'll make a video about something. Like I'll make a video about, like, let's say I titled the video Men are acting like bitches, right? And so I've had people who they would watch the video, get offended by what I said, take what I said personally as if I'm talking directly to them, and then make a diss video about me. You feel what I'm saying? So that's weakness.
See, said, look, but that's stupid though, because you didn't say all men, you said men in general.
Right, exactly.
And they said that they said his dog will howl. Oh, so somebody howled at it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
If you would say all men, then it's like, hold up, no, that's not true, because some of us ain't bitches. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know what, Mario? There's a lot of weak ass men in this world because most men, especially black men, I'm saying honest, we kill each other a lot over words.
Right.
Over words.
Right.
Like, you say to me, punk, and we kill each other. So a lot of us are very feminine. If you want to get technical, you want to take it to that level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, though. It's the difference between somebody talking shit and difference. But if you just disrespecting me verbally and you're in our personal space, no, that's the same as hitting me, bro. Because now you're in my face to perceive you as a threat. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. Now, if you don't got an asshole to hit me, but if you're like 10, 23 for me type of shit, if you talk it, I keep it moving, like, you know what, it ain't worth it. You know, as long as you got that personal space. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And also
another thing, Lucario. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say also too, you gotta understand that people see the part that people don't think about also is the consequences of said actions. Because dudes, and this is what happens when you're going off just based off of emotion, and this is when you go off of, or this is what happens when you're weak-minded, because you end up doing things that that cause you to take actions that can cause you that can cause other things to occur that's gonna fuck your shit up. Exactly. So for example, if some dude called you some shit or was verbally disrespecting you, right? And then let's say you punch this nigga in the face because of that, and let's say he fall and he hit his head on the fucking curb and he bleed out, and you understand? Now you're going to jail for manslaughter. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So was it worth it to be doing? You see what I'm saying? Was all that worth it, or would it have been worth it just to have him talking shit and you just walk away? You see what I'm saying?
To add to your point,
go ahead.
To add to your point, that's why if a white person calls you a nigga, you don't respond, because all they're trying to do is trick you out of your freedom.
Right?
Because you understand, white people already think, for the most part, I'm just generalizing. They think that black men are angry and shit. You know what I'm saying? So when they call you a nigga, they're expecting you to show that anger, and they're expecting you to respond by physically accosting them. Then what they're gonna go do? They're gonna go get the police. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they wanted you to do. So you can't let them trick you out of your freedom.
Right.
Exactly. That's the same thing with the police. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't get upset anymore. Like what I do is I would actually smile and be so calm, because it's too straightforward to get emotional with them. That's what they expect. What I do is I would act so civil, as though he'd be like, "What the hell?" He's very civil, and then they'll wind up kind of acting assholes while I'm saying keep my cool.
Right, exactly. That's mental strength. That's because you're throwing them off. You see what I'm saying?
And not only that, when you keep your cool, that pisses them off even more. Watch how pissed they get because you're not responding to them.
Exactly.
They're the ones who are emotional, and they tried to get you to be emotional. And this is why you'll deal with some chicks who are a little crazy. When they try to argue with you and you don't argue back, they get all beside themselves because they're used to drama. You know what I'm saying? So you just make sure that you're drama free.
Right. You see what I'm saying? But
Joe,
man.
And another thing, Lucario, before I get off, I've had a situation where a chick played me. So basically, we were supposed to do something at my house, and I said we still on. She was like, "We'll see." Now, what I should have just charged it, but I kept on dealing with it. And long story short, I wound up buying her something to eat after she asked me to, and she started acting kind of weird. Like she wasn't interested, and she played me. I was mad. So you know what? I blame myself because I put myself in that position. She still wrong what she did, and fuck her. But I said, you know what? Next time I know not to do that anymore, because I knew what she was doing. But instead of me just saying, kicking this turd off the punch bowl, I left the turd in the punch bowl, try to mix it in there, and I made a shitty drink. So I, as a MGTOW, I do take accountability for that. You know what I mean? So I now know what to do next time. I'm not bitter behind it. I just know that that's part of the game.
Right. That's crazy.
When a chick tells you we'll see, don't even respond to that shit. Just ignore it.
Right. Exactly. But yo, bro, appreciate the call, my brother.
Yo, thanks, man. Thanks for taking me.
No
problem. Peace.
All right, peace. All right, people, it's about that time. Brother got to head up out of here. But yo, K-Zag, appreciate you coming through, bro.
No problem. I came through a little later game, but you know.
You get it in. We get it in. Remember to make sure you guys get this book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day, ebook, hard copy, or audiobook. Make sure you go to mrlocario.com right now to get your copy today. Appreciate everybody who tuned in and sent donations. Appreciate all you guys. Yep. Make sure you guys get more of the likes up. Appreciate all the likes, all that other good stuff. Make sure you guys also subscribe to KZaggin20. Let me shout out other people who just sent donations. Shout out to my dude Job with the $5 donation. 101 Deep for the $20 donation. Shout out to my dude Javante Cook for the $10 donation. And shout out to my dude Joseph for the $10 donation. Appreciate all of y'all. And I will see you guys again probably tomorrow, but if not tomorrow, Friday. You feel what I'm saying? Definitely Friday, man. So we will holler at you guys later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We gone. We out. Later.
Get on that bad boy membership.